everyone. This is Ellie with Herbcraft by Ellie Apothecary. Welcome to another timeless collective tarot reading. This is whatever you need to hear right now. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. Pre-shuffle, we have Eight of Wands using traditional Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot and the Cosmic Tarot by Norbert Losch. Six of Pentacles on the bottom. Let's just jump in, all right? Strength in the Hermit. This could be a continuation of the last two readings. I will link them at the end of this video. Four of Swords. Equal give and take, generosity, strength to overcome, coming out of hermit mode because you rested. Good job. If you are from those last two readings, you're on the right track. So, looks like you're ready to move forward on something with the Eight of Wands here, okay? So let's see what you're ready to move forward on. King of Swords and Hermit. Perhaps you'd like to teach others and talk about your truth as to what you learned in hermit mode. What kind of truth are we speaking on, Spirit? Thank you for being here. Like, comment, share, subscribe. The Empress, the ultimate divine feminine energy in the tarot. Either you became this, or you are becoming, or you want to teach people how to nurture their inner divine feminine. Give us more context, please. Eight of Pentacles, about how you did the work to become this Empress energy. Gender nondescript in tarot, applied however it fits. We all represent different aspects in different times of our lives. Feminine is receptive, masculine is active as far as energy reading, okay? So perhaps you're going to travel, expand, perhaps to places you haven't been before. This could be in the spirit, this could be in the material, any realm, dimension, time, or space or place. And this reading could be for past, present, or future. You could have done this, you could be doing this, or you've already done it. So I feel like this is for some that have already done it. What does Spirit have to say about that? Six of Swords. Some of you are in the middle of this transition of moving towards something and you're being guided. You're being guided. What are we moving towards, Spirit, as the collective? Page of Wands, following your divine sparks. Yes, this is very much connected to the last two readings. New beginning, equal give and take, and you and this person are mirroring each other. It's kind of individual journeys of two similar mirrored souls or similar soul tribe kind of people. It doesn't have to be romantic, but the last reading very much was. This is also a part of my travelogue series, so this is the fourth video in that. I created a new playlist. Everything's in the description box, okay? And there'll be a pinned comment down below for me as well. Also advertising my 50% off tarot sale that's going on right now for the rest of August. I might extend it past then, so I'll talk more about that later. Maybe if not, just hit me up with an email and I'll get you on the list to read for you. So, Two of Swords, something that you had to make a decision on. Temperance, to bring yourself into balance, to alchemize a situation, to become this independent, very wealthy individual. Nine of Pentacles. So, Nine of Pentacles is pre-Empress. So, I feel like these divine sparks, following, trusting to be guided by spirit, knowing that you did the work, knowing that you deserve this Empress status, this divine feminine rest at ease, one of the most abundant cards in the tarot right there. Okay. She is also other than the High Priestess, the highest divine feminine in the tarot. And again, this could be an aspect of you that if you are masculine or non-binary. But Nine of Pentacles is pre-Empress, so it's like you that if you just trusted who you are and what Spirit's guiding you on, you would become this. This is being able to pay your own way, create a nurturing, loving environment. Very Queen of Pentacles energy, right? So That's all very good. And we also have the Two of Cups here. Okay. That's partnership. That's also collaboration with spirit on this journey. So you're partnering with spirit and possibly another. We talked about that in the last reading, that if you have union with yourself and you make yourself the choice, you're also a match to someone else in that energy if you want that in your life, not just romantically, but friendship, right? And Ace of Wands, this is a very passionate new beginning. We talked about that earlier. And I believe it is for you and a mirrored soul. So this could have to do with love. Again, it could also be someone on a higher caliber that wants to work with you or expand or do something spiritual with you, I'm hearing. Hmm, interesting. Okay, so Spirit wants to talk about some judgment and justice. Not on you, on the creepies who are watching you. We got Seven of Swords. We got Page of Swords. We got Justice. We got Six of Cups, people from your past. They're watching you succeed and be seen here. Very vibrant, successful after a battle, after a competition. We were talking about that in the last couple of reads. Definitely check them out if you want more context. Nine of Cups, you're getting wish fulfillment here. Queen of Pentacles, to be stable. What did I just say about the Queen of Pentacles? You're stable, you can take care of yourself and others. And if you don't see this in the physical, remember it starts in the spirit. Sorry for tapping the mic. It starts in the spirit. The wealth is in the spirit. You manifest in your consciousness, in your psyche, in your energy field, and then it manifests in the physical, because the physical is the slowest realm. It's also the most sustainable, grounded. So you're grounding into reality, the stability, or you have, and others are seeing you do this, or they're going to see you do this if you continue on, no matter how long it takes with the Knight of Pentacles here. Right. We talked about the King of Cups in the last reading and how you are very emotionally intelligent, you and this other person who is marrying you. Okay. So in this particular case, I feel like this is the person from two readings back that had the King of Wands, King of Cups, Knight of Wands. Also, for more context, that reading was also a judgment on a past energy. What does that mean? Spiritual judgment, by the way. If you don't know what that is, maybe someone will fill you in the comments or ask me a question. I'll see if I can respond in the comments to you, okay? So, I feel like for some of you that have been following along, two readings back, so not the last one with the Queen of Wands, but the one before that about the equal give and take, the one in the more masculine energy in this moment, right? I feel like that was a judgment for some of you of something you had to learn, something you had to overcome. And that's actually why you're embodying King of Cups and King of Wands, not Knight of Wands energy. It seems like some of you had to learn to realize that this Queen of Wands energy, who's also Empress energy, which I feel like is very connected to who I'm speaking to today. So either one of you could be cross watching, which is cool, you know, love and support, not malicious. And I don't read on karmics except for what spirit wants me to talk about. So I feel like the masculine energy from two readings back had to learn at some point, or some of you are learning now, to not put people on pedestals, to see your own value and worth. And for those of you that did the work and figured out how to receive and be in your nurturing, loving energy, you're able to maintain your own feminine balance so you could give to this person. Now, whether you have or not, I'm not sure. I'm reading on like two parties in these last few readings, so we're going to go back and forth and see where it goes. I know it's kind of a different way of doing things, and I'm all for explorations and following my divine sparks. And hey, makes it kind of fun, right? So let's get some more context about this King of Cups. I think we're going to leave Empress over here. King of Cups, the song Doing It Right by, oh, what is the name of this band again? The Yoppers. Doing It Right by the Yoppers. Look up that song. It might bring you some more context. Also, I keep seeing the number 38 everywhere. That could be relevant. You could be 38. It could also represent integration and abundance. So you are integrating some kind of huge abundance right now. Good job. All right. So, King of Cups and the Empress. If the Emperor comes out on this read, it tells me that the King of Cups made the decisions to come forward. Nine of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. This is the same energy as the Empress. You watched me just do that. I feel like we're reading for the King of Cups for a second. They're watching you, Queen of Wands, Empress. I'm just going to call you Queen of Wands, even though it hasn't come out yet. Right now, you're embodying more of a Queen of Pentacles energy, right? We'll just say Empress. I feel like they've been watching you become this sustainable, single, independent, like on your passion new beginning. What is it that this King of Cups wants to? What are their observations? And by the way, I always ask for permission on everyone I read on. So it's a spiritual request, right? My highest and greatest good to their highest and greatest good. I just saw 1144 on the timestamp. Look up any angel numbers if they call to you. Five of Swords and the Fool. They've seen you overcome a lot of malicious, sneaky, emotionally imbalanced, mentally cruel, just unfair, sabotaging people that you had to battle, especially with your mind, with your will, I'm hearing, in order to pursue this new beginning. So they've seen you fight tooth and nail to become this Empress. And King of Cups, that's not a word. That sounded almost bad. We're just going to move forward. Right. Interference, weird, 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 weird. Okay. I don't edit my videos. Whatever. King of Cups is the most empathetic, psychic, masculine energy in the tarot. Okay. And again, you don't have to be heteronormative for these roles to apply. Again, gender nondescript, right? And that's a phrase I came up with in case you were wondering. I like to do a little wordsmithery from time to time. I'm also a writer. So they have a lot of empathy and a big heart for you. Wow, Two of Cups here again. They are a deep soulmate, but this is also like in Five of Swords. I'm clairaudient, by the way. I'm hearing that in their childhood, they went through similar sabotaging energies and they know what you've been through. That's how they can empathize with you. What do they want this Empress to know right now? Let's bring this to present tense. Whatever part of the journey, Knight of Cups, they've been trying to bring something to you, Empress. And that very much mirrors, no pun intended, because the last reading was called Mirroring All That. Very much mirroring this effort to give love, to take the next step, to graduate. And something's been trying to defeat them on this journey as well. Again, watch the mirroring, the last reading, to get more details on what y'all have both been going through. The Hierophant. Following divine guidance, also a higher divine being is protecting this, I'm hearing, union. So, Two of Cups is not only a deep soulmate love, I always refer to it as the divine counterparts. I know the Lover's card can represent that, but to me, Two of Cups is always like the deepest soul bond. Traditionally in tarot, though, it can be seen as like a new childlike love, like a first love, or a new beginning with an old soulmate, if that makes sense. So I feel like for these two counterparts, which is really, I feel like this is going in the love genre, but it could be friends, okay? It could be creative alliances. Place it however it fits. It could also be family members. It doesn't have to be love, but I'm going to kind of read this from a romantic friend perspective. We'll just say allies on that level. Okay. I feel like you both have mirrored a lot of childhood experiences. So we know from the last readings, this is about y'all. This is definitely story time for this series. This is what, part 3 of these readings. I have been doing readings more often while I am traveling out and about in the world. So, yeah, 4 of Pentacles. What is this 4 of Pentacles about? Page of Pentacles. King of Swords. The Fool. This King of Cups has been holding back in speaking their truth, but they do have a small offering here to get going. So there is some kind of progress, some kind of plan being developed, and they too are on a new beginning, or they want one with you, whatever that means, okay? The song Waking Up by, I think it's MJ Cole, just came on. They're waking up to something new within themselves, I'm hearing. Yeah, MJ Cole and Freya Writings, and 12:44 on the clock. Again, look up angel numbers if you want. I'm hearing they're waking up to this love. Interesting. I'm being drawn to my angel, not my angel, my animal spirit guide. 8 of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, the Star, 10 of Pentacles, and 4 of Wands. 2 of Wands, Knight of Wands, and Death. 2 of Swords, Page of Cups, Hangman, and the World. Back to 9 of Pentacles. All right. I'm going to go to the Animal Spirit deck. I pulled one card, which was the Phoenix card. I'll look at it in the book. And Turtle came flying out sideways. So we'll check that out too. But first, we're going to check that out. Okay. So possibly part of this small offering, this truth, this higher level of communication. Also, if they're planning on coming in as a King of Swords, they're matching you, Empress, because in the last reading, we said that you were very much embodying this King of Swords head over heart energy right now to be successful. So they were in Knight of Swords, where they wanted to come in quick with not a quietly fully mature formed truth form of communication. If they have a plan to communicate on a higher caliber with this new beginning, and it may seem like a small offer, it's actually a really big deal, because they must have put a lot of thought into this in order to move forward, because they had to come out of their head with the 8 of Swords. They had to see the illusions they were under. Again, there's intel on that in the last reading. They had to realize that they can take very good care of themselves and others and embody this Queen of Pentacles. That goes back 2 readings before, equal give and take, when we were reading on their energy. 9 of Cups, realizing that this is their ultimate wish fulfillment. This is what they want, to embody this safe, secure, nurturing energy, whether they represent a man stereotypically or not. You know, again, having balance within masculine, feminine within means you're in union with yourself, which means you are a higher divine being when you can be within the law of opposites, right? The opposite energies. Okay. A lot of people will talk about yin yang and how it's these opposites and this and that. It's actually not. It's about balance. And yes, the dark and the light. It's about how the light rolls through, the dark light comes through, and being able to maintain your balance no matter what, also in the flow of abundance, Also, for those that are deep soulmates, especially those that resonate as a TF dynamic, which I don't typically read in dynamics or titles or standards of being and hype, because I prefer to keep things a little more pure and leave it up to each person to figure out what kind of union they're in, right? And not everybody is meant to be, and not everybody is those kinds of soulmate connections in each lifetime. And I do believe in reincarnation. I also do Akashic records readings. So, point being is that I feel like this energy exchange, this balance, it was about accepting that in order to care for another, you have to be able to care for yourself, even in the ebbs and flows, peaks and valleys, the in betweens, the dark, the light, your winter season, your summer season, your spring, your fall. So that's really being aware of where you're at in your life right now and how you can fully embody your truth, which this King of Swords is. If you want to come and correct and speak the truth and be just and fair with another, you have to get real with yourself about any self deceptions and illusions, like the Eight of Swords here. The mind, traps of the mind. This is also the, what's that saying? Whatever, it doesn't matter. It's when you're like stalling out because you can't get out of your head, right? It's and the other thing is like trying to over strategize can also get you stuck in that trap, especially if somebody might, and I'm not a doctor, disclaimer in the description box, but I'm an advocate and practice emotional healing and intelligence. If you suffer from, or someone you love suffers from anxiety, repetitive thoughts, some people have it even more extreme. They suffer from obsessive compulsive thinking. Some people also suffer from obsessive compulsive personality issues, where they have to control things in order to feel calm and regulated. There's so many different ways you can get help if that is you. Okay. And I just saw 2222 on the timestamp. This is ultimate balance. Also, partnerships, mastery, not being alone, having support in your community. That also adds up to 8, which is abundance, which is also the infinity symbol, the lemniscate, right? For some of you, the 8 Lionsgate portal might have been relevant. You might want to look into that. That could be a confirmation for you on what I just said. Okay. But the point is some people, it's not a matter of just like, oh yeah, I'll just stop thinking about it. Some people, like, you got to have empathy. I mean, you don't have to put up with anything if you're on the other side of this. This is a higher level energy. I only read on higher level energies. What do I mean? I mean people who are actually doing the spiritual, mental, emotional work. That's why I mean I don't read on karmics. I also don't typically read on intel with karmics, because it's not conducive. I said that in the last reading or the one before. Okay. If it comes out, it's because spirit knows it's important, or I am executing divine judgment. Okay. And only certain people can do that. I'm not going to go into that, but it is something that spirit made me earn. It's not something I sought, but it does happen in my readings sometimes. So just pay attention and know that everything, if you're on the spiritual journey, it's because you wanted to do the work. Your soul wanted to evolve. And if you are, good job. Like, when's the last time you just looked back at everything you've done? And I'm getting chills as I'm saying this, and went, you're right, I am amazing. I can't believe I overcame that. Look at how far I've come. I used to do this and now I do that. So I think a lot of this, like getting caught up in the mind and all that, it's more about like worrying about the perceptions and judgments of others, when really, when you're being matched by a mirrored soul, they're probably having some similar things, but it might be like in a different way. Like there's something that this Empress could be mirroring within that. And I do want to read on that, but I want to tell you more about the rest of these cards I pulled. But I will call upon one card for the Empress, what she could be, she, put it however it fits. could be mirroring with this Eight of Swords that this King of Cups did overcome or came up with a strategy too. Again, sometimes over strategizing is a way of perpetual loops of suffering in the mind. So remember that. Once you got a plan, you got to ground it into reality, and that's how you become successful. Use all the elements to your benefit, right? Think it, feel it, do it. It also starts with imagining it. Imagine it, think it, feel it, do it. This is manifestation properties. It's also how you become the magician, because the magician has all four elements available. All right. So, what is it this Empress might be mirroring or has overcome? Six of Pentacles. So, again, receiving equal give and take. We did talk about the flow of abundance in the first reading and equal give and take. So, perhaps this Empress hasn't had a lot of equal give and take in their life. And that's why they couldn't nurture themselves, because they didn't have a supportive environment. Perhaps they were more of a giver and had a lot of take. I know what that's like. It took me a while to learn how to become an Empress myself because of my past trauma. And then I healed, and I took a long time to do that. And that's good. Remember, it doesn't matter how long it takes you. The point is every day eventually will add up to years. And then you'll go, wow, look at how far I've come. Whether anyone else sees how far you've come, and let me tell you, this can be a lonely, isolating journey at times, because there are a lot of people from the past, especially, and we saw the Six of Cups in the karmic energy, people from the past that wanted to sabotage, defeat, assume the worst, and make you fail, essentially. They're watching you succeed, or they're going to. So it shouldn't be about putting anyone in their place. And it also shouldn't be about trying to do better than others. It's simply doing better for yourself and feeling good within yourself, knowing that you are coming into or you are aligned on your path as a spiritual being, not an egotistical human who's got to show everyone. Sure. The thing is when you work with the divine will show others for you. You don't have to do anything. And that's what they're doing with those energies. So it looks like this King of Cups had to overcome the mind. And this Queen of Cups, oh, Queen of Cups, interesting. Well, they are a pair. I meant to say Empress, but it came out Queen of Cups. Okay. Had to, yeah, learn to self love, self care. That's why that came up. Yeah, that's what equal give and take. Again, I was talking about the Queen of Pentacles energy, which there's some overlap with Queen of Pentacles and Cups, where it's about nurturing self care, filling your own cup, right? Grounding things in reality, being able to have nice things and enjoy a simple life and just be happy and proud of your family, your community, be able to grow things and do all those things. And remember, the Empress is all four queens. So you can take any aspect of your personality here and use it to your benefit. That also means you're Queen of Swords. You know how to cut BS down. And Queen of Wands, you know how to work your magic and take action. Okay. So this King of Cups had to get out of the mind and master the mind. And this Empress had to master the material and learn about reciprocity. Interesting. Okay. So let's go back to this King of Cups who is entering King of Swords energy. The rest of these cards I pulled earlier. So it was coming out of their head, having something small that they've strategized, right? Something tangible, something real, a way to ground this communication into the reality I'm hearing. They're following their guidance with the star on their destined path. And it's to become their ultimate, most valuable self. A lot of people see this Ten of Pentacles as outside you. It's the ultimate wealth and success legacy card. It's big money. But you know how you get big money? You get big inside, right? You empower the spirit. You become spiritually wealthy. And then it manifests in the physical, as within, so without, with everything. If you want love outside of you, you got to love the inside of you. And I know a lot of people heard that and they're like, ugh. It's everything. You want people to respect you, you have to respect yourself. And you have to know how to do that. You have to learn. And most people don't answer the call for themselves. They'll answer the call for others, but they won't answer the call for themselves, which means they never fully embody their full potential. These energies are on their way or already living it. They're already either in alignment or coming close to. And I say they because it could be you or your loved one. So it, apply it how it fits here. So I feel like for this King of Cups, it was about seeing their ultimate value, knowing that they are a 10. And I don't like to use rating systems, but they're 10. And I think they're figuring that out. Oh, you are not going to believe this. Listen to the song. Everything, little thing she does is magic. What song did I say to check out for this King of Cups, King of Wands energy? That one, just like the last reading. Yeah, last reading or the one before. So that was synchronistic, okay? Maybe they realized with this energy being a mirror, or you realized if you're the one I'm talking to, King of Cups, that you are just as valuable as this. In that reading, it was Queen of Wands, we'll say Empress, right? And you also might potentially see how this small offering that you're manifesting with this Page of Pentacles can grow into the ultimate legacy and abundance for you. It's also possible you already have this on your own, this 10 of Pentacles, and you want to share this with this other person. And it's about closing major cycles here and being seen, right? Being seen in an intimate way, I'm hearing. You had to take a pause and get a higher perspective on this King of Cups. Now I'm reading to you. You also had to make sure your inner child was good. And for some of you, I feel like you were overprotective of your inner child. I'm hearing for some of you, it's possible you did have some kind of mother wounding, especially if we're not ready for a higher caliber of love or connection or friendship or whatever it is within ourselves or others, if we haven't done that healing work, we will be terrified of the healthy version of that. And we will convince ourselves in every which way that it's not real and that tricks are being played. And that's trauma, right? And that's how we sabotage ourselves. That's how we defeat ourselves. But I feel like, and it's also not wanting to fall into the trap of parenting roles in relationships when it does come to romance. Anybody who is trauma informed, it's a good thing to look further into that, like parenting wounds and how you can get into relationships and being the nurturer or the parent like figure or the childlike figure where you need people to take care of you, whether you're masculine, feminine, in between. Because you see here, it's like the ultimate divine mother and the most loving child, right? This also tells me that you realize that this person loves your inner child and would never hurt your inner child. And this helped you come to a decision with the Two of Swords. You trusted your intuition and you've decided to make a huge change. You decided to come forward, even though this is Knight of Wands energy. It seems that you realize your value now with the Ten of Pentacles, and also that you know that your value is going to be matched. You're not wasting your time. So yeah, you're fired up and you're ready to go. You've made plans here. You're either about to or you're at a crossroads. It seems like you've already made plans because we have this Page of Pentacles, this small offering. And small doesn't mean it's insignificant. It just means it's a start and good for you. If you've gotten out of the mind and you're finally ready to ground this, good for you. Keep going. Remember, Knight of Pentacles, it doesn't matter how slow you go, just keep moving forward, okay? You get to sightsee if you go slow, right? It's the journey, right? Because here's the portal. You're about to go through it. I mentioned a portal being gone through in the last two readings, right? This is also the 1111 TF card. I'm starting to use these phrases more often. I really don't like to because people attach to those things, and I'm not saying you do or anything, but emotional intelligence means also being aware of traps we can get stuck into. And there are, I'm not saying any particular people, but there's all different kinds of readings out there, and there's all different kinds of readers. And there are some readers you have to be careful. They do specifically these kinds of readings because it makes them a lot of money. And I'm a very integral person, and I don't want to see people get hurt. And not everybody is a twin flame. It's a very rare soul connection. Okay. And there is this thing, and I got to say this as an advocate, and I'm not, this isn't for this energy, this is more of a PSA. Okay, and you're going to get this kind of stuff in my readings because I'm a guide, not just a reader. Okay, I'm a guide, I'm here to help. For those of you that are trauma informed, you know about a thing called limerence. Okay, if you don't know about it, look it up. And if you're not ready to do that work, do not look it up. If you don't know what it is and you get a sick feeling in your stomach just thinking about what that could be, maybe take a deep breath and take a break on the readings and do some inner work. Talk to somebody if you have somebody to talk about. Limerence is what happens when it's kind of like the extremes of unrequited love. All right. And when people suffer from illusions and delusions, they can actually get sucked up into these kinds of narratives, 3644 on the timestamp, and end up getting very hurt emotionally from these false lights, we'll call them, that do readings for money. Well, I do this for service. I do offer personals, and that is how I'm able to help people on a deeper level. But I'm not here to become a huge YouTube star. If I was, I would have been posting every single day. Okay? So I do readings when I'm called by my divine team, right? Because I live in the flow. So be careful out there, everyone. Use your discernment. We talked about how to use your discernment in the last reading. Now, I don't want this to end up being a hour reading again. So I think we're going to wrap this up. Also, I feel like I lost a lot of people whenever I get into the real talk. Not everyone can handle it, and that's okay, because the people who did and are, you're a real one, and I appreciate you being here. If you haven't subscribed, I'd love to have you, because this is a community. This isn't just a platform. This is a spiritual community. This is part of my wish fulfillment. Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Cups. This is how I became stable and figured out what my purpose is, what my wish fulfillment is by taking a chance. And as I say that, these are 9 cards. This is another timeline jump I'm hearing. This is you crossing the threshold of a new era in your life. And you got to be kidding me. Hold on a sec. The song that is playing right now is Crossing the Threshold. I'm not even kidding you. I don't know if you can see that. I love it when that happens. I'm getting chills. So you're crossing a threshold, okay? You're crossing a threshold with your wish fulfillment and being independent and being stable. Now, I'd like to clarify here. It seems like a lot of this is like just like following the progression of these mirrored souls, okay? And we have Ace of Cups here from the Cosmic Tarot that I pulled earlier. Is at the bottom of the deck, the hidden energy. All aces are blessings. Claim them if you want them. Okay. So this is a new beginning in love, self love. It seems like both of you have been on this self love journey, and your spirit's assisting you in creating a new love with each other, whatever that love is. So let's look into the potential. I don't want to say outcome. Wow, 7 of Wands and 6 of Wands. Spirit's protecting this so it's successful. Also, that's a progression, and 6-7 could be significant too. June 7th, July 6th, the number 13, Death card, Scorpio, Pluto energy. Um, 3, 4, Emperor, Empress energy. Yeah, this is definitely about divine counterparts for a lot of you. Spirit's guiding us. And you know, if you are a higher caliber soul, then your potential match is going to be aligned with that. And not every Queen of Wands, she's aligned with you, King of Cups, if you, however you want to do the gender. And yeah, Spirit's protecting her too. So again, not necessarily outcome, but Spirit's making sure it has a successful outcome so you can have equal give and take and be in the flow of abundance with each other. Wow. Okay. So this is exciting. Let's have a little fun here. All right. So what can we tell the Queen of Wands about what's coming for her? We're just going to use it. The King of Cups. Oh, that fell off 3 cups and a new sense of community. That was so cool. I love it when that happens. I'm also psychic AF, in case you didn't know that, and I work with the divine 24/7. I am actually a high priestess and oracle. So, you know, I'm living the way. Welcome, tribe, if you are too. I get so I'm my inner child just gets delighted when the magic comes out in the cards. So I did say let's have some fun. Hey, Archangel Jophiel. Queen of Swords. Okay, what's up with this Queen of Swords? Using discernment, coming in correct herself as the Queen of Cups. I mean, now we got all 4 queens, right? Okay, so this Empress is embodying all 4 queens, as we said the Empress does. So that tells me that Empress, you are completely balanced with your feminine nature. You can nurture, you can cultivate, you can grow, you can make anything happen for yourself now. Okay, but this is about, like, again, head over heart right here. So you're even more emotionally intelligent. You know how to use your wise mind and be very receptive and open, but not get fooled, I'm hearing. So everything you've been doing has been leading to that. And King of Pentacles, whoa, the last reading. I said that if you accomplish what you are meant to do in your judgment, you will become this King of Pentacles. And the song that's coming on right now is Everything Can Happen Now. I think it's called And 110 on the Clock. Oh my God, it's the synchronicities. Everything is possible now by Clouds and Thorns. 110, new beginnings, cycles closed, done. You overcame your judgment. You overcame your judgment. Celebrate. Heck yeah, dude. 111, new beginnings. Here we go. Also, new beginnings in your community. So get ready. You also are about to be one wealthy mother effer. That's right. Yep. And you are exactly what this King of Cups needs, because we were talking needs. We were talking about how that in the last reading or the one before, how perhaps the Queen of Wands embodying this King of Pentacles is how this King of Cups, King of Wands can ground some things into reality. It's just you have a calming, grounding presence. You bring stability to this person's life. And also 4 Pentacles, there's some kind of new foundation here. This, I'm not reading this in a negative way. I feel like with the King of Pentacles and the 4 Pentacles, you have a new foundation. And for some of you, I'm hearing you have a new home. That's specific. Okay. Ace of Wands for your new happy beginning. Wow. Claim it. Claim it. You're about to be fired up, and I'm hearing booked and busy. Heck yeah, dude. The world and celebrated by many, many people. And I'm getting chills top to bottom. This is some great fortune. 4424, look it up. 3 of Wands, you're expanding. It's because you decided to expand. You're still expanding. You decided to evolve. Good for you. And now the world is responding by helping you expand further into the world, because you came out of hermit mode. Remember? Whoa, what was that? 3 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles. I don't think we want to bring the vibe down. So you know what? We're just going to stick that right back in there. We don't care. Nope. Bye. Yep, Five Pentacles. Someone's in lack. Okay, well, it seems like a lot of these energies try to put you in lack and the person that's marrying you. And God saw it. God, source, the gods. They're under judgment for it. Don't worry about it. Focus on your abundance that you're creating because you are not in lack because you chose yourself. Good job. Yeah, Nine of Wands, you persevered. I'm hearing this is part of your judgment. Wheel of Fortune, you are the ultimate fortune because you invested in you. And now you have good fortune because you came in correct. Nobody can take it from you now because it's stable, it's grounded. Princess of Pentacles, you also have a small offering to give. You have something to manifest. Is this about, I feel like it's about the King of Cups. What do you have? Death. I did say the Death card might be significant. You're not playing it small anymore, I'm hearing. Yeah, you're on your way, Chariot, with the Six of Pentacles, and you've alchemized this shiz. Get it. What do we have to say about these two coming together? Queen of Wands, you worked your magic. You are vibrant. You are magnetic. You're both shining. Six of Cups. And this is a sweet, sweet soul bond. Look at that. Y'all are going to love each other like you've never known in your life, I'm hearing. Both your inner children are going to be well taken care of. This is truly divine, and I'm getting chills, and I'm feeling I'm a Pisces with a Cancer rising and a Scorpio South node, so I be in the feels. I can feel this. I'm also an empath. Like whoever this is for, like you're not going to experience any more heartbreak, death. It's done. It's because you kept going. Yeah, and you expanded. Three of Wands. You're also about to travel for some of you. It could be with how you're seen on, if you do anything online. It could be physical. It could be it could also be astral travel if you are a bit of a psychonaut, or you work in the 5D with your gifts, your spiritual gifts. So I'm hearing for some of you dream travelers. I don't, that's unique. Interesting. Um yeah, look into that. You'll know if that applies to you or not. Ten of Swords. We're going to wrap this up. So one last message. Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, you're not going to experience betrayal anymore because you made really good investments, and part of it was healing with the moon here, especially that which was hidden and deep in your subconscious. So good job. I feel like both of you did this. What do you have to say about both parties going forward, Spirit? Just some friendly advice. I'm hearing pull three for both parties, whether it's for both of you or independently. We're going to see. Okay. First card, Nine of Wands. Second card, Judgment, the Tower. Okay, this is a good tower. And this is your judgment because y'all both persevered. Get it. You all deserve so much good in your life. And you're going to show other people that they deserve it too, just by your pure example of not giving up. You're both also spiritual warriors, by the way. You both could resonate as 144 Earth Angels. It's not for everyone. Chosen ones, however you want to phrase it. It's pretty much the same thing in my mind. Chosen one, 144 Earth Angels. They're all, to me, the same thing. And it's not necessarily denominational, by the way, for me. Anyways, y'all both persevered and you both passed judgment, and get ready for an epic new tower. Maybe next time I read, we'll find out what this tower is about. Congratulations for all your hard work. I love you so much, collective, and thank you for being here. That's all I got for you today. This is Ellie signing off. Bye.